Okay, my plea to Democrats. Hey, candidates, Rome is burning. Please, please, please keep your eye on the ball, not each other in the upcoming debates. Joy, I'm concerned. I obviously am grown up enough to know what happens in a debate, and obviously they're going to go after each other, and the new polls show Biden firmly ahead, so obviously there's going to have to go after him. We're already seeing the back and forth between him and Booker, him and Kamala, we saw a couple of weeks ago. Am I naive to think that the Democrats are going to look like tone-deaf idiots bickering at each other about race issues, but they're all on the same team, where the other team is basically citing fascist, send them back to where they came from? Is there some thought to, guys, maybe we all have to keep our eye on the prize here, and the prize is Donald J. Trump, not each other?
And I think it's even worse than that. I think the temptation is going to be there, particularly for Biden, to get payback in this debate by going after Kamala Harris or Cory Booker. He will look terrible. The worst thing he could do is turn to the one black lady on that stage and try to attack her. He will look awful. She has no incentive to attack him. She did her thing already. Mm-hmm. She's shown she's strong. I agree with you that what they should do is show me, as the prototypical voter out there that is a Democrat, that is on their side, which one of you could take him down?
That's it.
Demonstrate that to me. That's all they have to do. Fighting each other is silly.
So you guys are both, I mean, that's not going to, I mean, yes, maybe, but that's not what's going to happen, because I agree with you about the possibility that Biden is going to lash out in everything that he's been doing for the last 2 weeks. Indicates that he's personally offended by Harris, he's personally offended by Booker, and he's simmering with anger towards both of them. And so
he seems personally offended by the course of the Democratic Party, leaving him behind.
That may be true, but he's taking it out on those two right now, and you can see how annoyed he is. I think that it's unrealistic, grossly unrealistic, to think that in a competitive environment in which all of these people think they should be president and therefore think they should be the Democratic nominee, that everybody is going to get up on stage and say, Joe Biden's ahead, he has the aura of inevitability, he's going to be the nominee. If no one takes down Joe Biden will be the nominee. And the rest of these people aren't out there to waste their time. It's a race, it's a fight, it's a contest, and to ask them to try to compete, like, let's each one of us try to show that we're the best one to take on Donald Trump and not make any comments about the guy who's in first place. If it happens,
what do you say? Make no comments. I didn't say make no comments.
Well, that's what Donny seemed to be suggesting, which is keep your eye on Donald Trump. It's like you're not going to be able to do that. You gotta bring that guy down to earth, or you're not going to win.
If I'm Kamala Harris, I turn to Joe Biden and I say, here's why I can beat Donald Trump and you can't, and then frame some issues that way. So we are in such a different, frightening territory now that they seem just this. You can't, like, all of a sudden say, oh, the debate is about universal health care, single-payer insurance. What?
The debate is fundamentally about who we want to be as a country,
yes,
right? And it is another election season about the system being broken. And one side, the Donald Trump side, is saying it's broken and not working because of those people. And the Democrats are saying it is broken because everything has gone to the 1%. How you divide that among the candidates and their policies, great. That's a debate. I understand that. But fundamentally, that's the vision of America they need to put forward. That is inclusive, that is forward-leaning and looking ahead. And that's part of what Biden's challenge is going to be, is how is he not the establishment candidate on stage?
See, if I am Pete Buttigieg or something, and I turn to Biden, or I turn to Kamala Harris, and I say, you are a great American. You want universal health care. You want to take away insurance, private insurance for 130 million Americans. We can debate that. But I do know that's going to lose to Donald Trump for this reason. Let's debate it when one of us gets in office. And people have got to start talking honestly what things are unelectable. Ideology is great. If we don't get it right, we go back 50 years. There's not even discussions of ideology.
I mean, the concern a lot of Biden supporters have right now is that he may do all this to himself, that he has already shown that he's not the same Joe Biden that he was 5 years ago, that he's kind of lost his edge. So we've seen it before with him. His campaigns for president have notoriously imploded twice before. So my question is he the Jeb Bush of this cycle, where everybody kind of assumed he was the front runner and then it fell apart? Or is he more like a Mitt Romney, where he goes through this long slog in the primary process, gets beat up, ultimately becomes a nominee, but is incredibly wounded by the time you get to the general election?
Yeah, and the temptation is going to be so strong for everyone who isn't Kamala Harris to try to do what she did.
Yeah.
So a lot of the folks on that stage are going to know she had a moment by hitting him, and they are going to understand your point. I agree, it's a competition, and they know it goes through Biden. I don't know. I'm saying what they should do and what they will do are very different. I think they're going to come after Biden. He's going to hit back.
There's a moment, when I mentioned this before, for somebody, the same way Kamala's greatest moment, I thought, was the food fight comment, where if somebody, the first time they're up and go, guys, you are all great Americans, okay? And we disagree on a lot. Guys, did you see last week in North Carolina?
But Donny, no one's.
But I'm just telling you what. Let me just finish. Here's what I say, guys. Please, the American people are demanding it of us.
Can I tell you though how much cable coverage that would get? Zero. Like what people understand.
There are 135 million people would be watching.
Yeah, that one time as it went by on screen. What you need in these debates, and what every candidate knows, is they want that moment that gets replayed all day long on this network. It will not get replayed. What will get replayed is Kamala Harris saying, "That girl was me." That's what gets replayed. What gets replayed is the moment of conflict. I'm talking about the world as it is, not the world as it should be. The world as it is that CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they cover the moments of conflict. They cover someone who lands a punch.
Let's not forget,
that's what gets repeated over and over again, and that's what these people end up going for again. Whether they should or not is a different question.
Let's not forget about Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. That's going to be a critical part of who's carrying forward the progressive banner. And so far, both of them have been very nice to each other, but they will be on the debate stage. She's got the policies, he's got the passion, and the original person bringing these ideas forward. That's going to be critical for turning out a new set of voters who did not vote for Hillary Clinton.
Okay. I just want everybody to have that, playing the violin on the Titanic as it goes down. Okay, up next.